Good evening, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports, and here I am back for some more Sonics basketball. As it is going to be the Seattle SuperSonics going against the Vancouver Grizzlies, as the Sonics are coming off of a very bizarre victory where they were down by as much as 9 points in the fourth quarter, maybe a little bit more. And then Shammond Williams, literally all by himself, carried the Sonics to a very bizarre victory. And now the Sonics, they're at 12-25. They are still the second worst team in the NBA, but they've been 5-5 in their last 10 games. But I don't know what to say about that. I'm not supposed to be an advocate for tanking, although my team is pretty much tanking for the number one pick. But now let's just go straight. Actually, before I even jump on this timeline, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And also, in the description of this video, you will see that you will be able to join my Patreon page for just $5 a month, where you'll get consistent article updates on my Seattle SuperSonics to get more out of this content. So that way I'm not just doing live streamings and shorts, but you'll get to see what's going on behind the scenes and some articles. And now let's just get right to it, to 1999. And before I hit that button to jump on that time machine, like, subscribe, donate, join Patreon. And welcome to 1999, where back in 1999, it was about a few days ago on January 9th that I moved to my former house from a previous city long time ago. And now I'm not at that house anymore. I just recently moved. And now let's go to it. We got the Vancouver Grizzlies against the Seattle SuperSonics. And let's see where we're at. The Sonics have been taking a few days off away from Milwaukee, but the reason I'm doing it right now is because of my schedule's looking a little bit tight. So I'm trying to get some games out of the way. So it's going to be Sonics and Vancouver. And let's get to it. And also, I want to start fielding some trades for... I want to see where Greg Foster's market is at, because I don't really have an intention of keeping him. I know I shouldn't be saying that, but it's just the way it is. And even Andrew Gaze, well, he's already been cut, I guess. Or actually, what's the market? No, there's no offers on Andrew Gaze. He has no trade value. But what does Greg Foster have? What would I get out of Greg Foster? I would have to give up a first-round pick to get Tyrone Hill. Absolutely not. I have to do pick swaps with Milwaukee and Boston. Nope. Why are the Bulls doing this to themselves? Like, why? They're just stupid. I'm not going to let that happen. It's just not realistic. The Magic and the Cavaliers. Because if I trade... Okay, wait. Let's see where the Cavaliers are at. Are they even a good team? Cavaliers are doing worse than Orlando, so maybe move me a couple spots, but I think I'm going to wait until things get a little bit... I don't know if I'll have a better idea by then. But let's go to Greg Foster again, see what's the market for him. Cleveland just wants to do a pick swap with Orlando's pick, but that's for 2,000. So that's kind of a long ways out. I have to give up a first-round pick for Damon Jones. No. There's not really a good package for Greg Foster. Maybe a second-round pick from the Lakers for 1999. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. There's not really much. Oh, we'll have to give up a first-rounder from 1999 to get multiple picks. Second-rounders, no. A first-round pick for Austin Crozier. Are you nuts? Will Purdue? That's funny. But a pick swap? Nope. Negative. Absolutely not. Well, let's just play. I don't even need these headsets because who else am I going to be talking to anyway? I actually have 3 people on this YouTube channel. If you are there, please reveal yourselves. At last, I will reveal myself. We will reveal ourselves to the YouTube channel. At last, we will have presence. All right, let's go. Jamie Watson, Ruben Patterson, Rashard Lewis, Dennis Rodman, and most of all, Jerome James. All right, let's get to it. All right, let's do this. No big country today. Where is he? I don't know. But now Sonics have the ball and we are underway. Now here's Ruben Patterson already. And the Sonics get the early lead. Sonics are up 2-0. Mike Bibby has the ball being guarded by Jamie Watson. Rashard Lewis guarding Sharif Abdul-Rahim. Now here's Bibby for 3. He makes it. And the Vancouver Grizzlies get on the board. Now here's Watson to Lewis, but he's been struggling with the 3. I think he's going to hesitate on that. Here's Patterson for 3. And Rodman with the rebound. And he misses it. Cherokee Parks with the rebound. Rodman had a nice hustle, but he just couldn't finish it. And now here's Shaw. He's being heavily guarded. And Abdul-Rahim is guarded by Rodman. Rodman is trying to stay on him. And now here's Bibby with another 3. And he misses. And Rodman gets his second rebound already. And here's Jamie Watson over to Rashard Lewis to Jerome James. And that's going to be a foul. And he will go to the line. He almost had a 3-point opportunity. He makes his free throws. Jerome James has been off to a good start this season on his rookie season as he was traded from Sacramento to Seattle for Shandon Anderson. And now here's Mike Bibby and blocked by Rodman. And Rodman is already contributing very well for the Sonics. And now here's Rashard Lewis with the dunk. And Christian, Mr. Chicago man. I'm pretty sure you're happy from that Bears game. So I started a new series with the Seattle SuperSonics of 1999 where I literally blew up the entire team. I traded Gary Payton, Vin Baker, Hersey Hawkins, and Detlef Schrempf, all for first-round picks from 1999 and 2000. So I'm set to have about 6 first-round picks. Now here's Rashard. He passes it to Rodman. And Patterson for 3. He makes it. Ruben Patterson has actually been contributing. Yeah, Caleb Williams, well, they got out of it at the skin of their teeth. I must say that. Smith is being guarded by Watson. He can guard multiple positions. He's Ruben Patterson as they have switched. But Bibby's having some problems. And now here's a 3-pointer. And Vancouver misses. And Sonics are trying to transition. And a steal. No! What do we got here? Now here is Patterson to Lewis for 3. And he makes it. And the Sonics are up by 6. Now we got Brian Shaw being guarded by Ruben Patterson, the self-proclaimed Kobe stopper. And steal by Watson. Excellent defense. Now here's Ruben Patterson. And he gets the jam. And now Seattle leads 13-5. It seems that they are taking that momentum into, they're trying to take that momentum to Vancouver. And Sonics basketball, and Jamie Watson has just been excellent on defense. And there's Watson to Jerome James. And goes for the hook. And Rodman gets it. And the dunk. And the foul. Dennis Rodman is absolutely contributing. He now has already 3 rebounds. And oh, yeah. Vancouver has got to call a timeout. If the Bears and Hawks play an NFC championship, I may need the live stream with you. So you want to join me, don't you? We'll see about that. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to get a Bears fan in there. Why not? Now here's Shaw for 3. What the shot was that? And here's Rashard Lewis. Ew. And here's Rodman trying to go for the jumper. And why would he take a jumper? That is really stupid. And now here is Smith, and he misses the dunk completely. He was somewhat contested, but still shouldn't have missed that dunk. Now here's Watson with a jumper, and he makes it. And the Sonics are up 18-5. A very unexpected start for Seattle. They're really not supposed to be this good and gelling. Here's Cherokee Parks. Here's Bibby. And blocked by Rodman again. And here's Smith. And he finally gets it in, as now Sonics are up by 11. Now here's Jerome James. And here's right to Cherokee Parks' face. And no, he misses it. And Bibby gets the ball. What's he going to do? And he goes for the jumper. And he makes it. 2 baskets in a row for Vancouver. And here's Dennis Rodman. Now here is Rashard Lewis for 3. And Lewis, he has now made his second 3-pointer, playing a lot better than what he's usually been doing his last few games, and he has been struggling. And now here's Brian Shaw for 3. And Rodman gets the rebound. And now here's Watson for the alley-oop and misses it. Turnover by Watson. He's got to work on controlling the basketball, protecting the basketball, that is. And here's Mike Bibby to Shaw. And here's Abdul Rahim with a jumper. And Lewis gets the rebound. Now here's Watson. He's going to try to go all the way. He's trying to drive. And he makes it. And what is going on here in Vancouver? This is really not supposed to happen. Vancouver Grizzlies are not doing well at all. Cherokee Parks is being guarded by Jerome James. And now here's Shaw. And he finally makes it. And now the Sonics are up by 12 now. And here's Jerome James. Rashard Lewis for 3. And he misses it. Not this time. He thought he could go 3 in a row. Now here's Mike Bibby. And he misses, and Rodman gets another rebound. And Jerome James is going to try to take it all the... No, he loses it. And Brian Shaw's trying to take it up. And here's Abdul Rahim with a jumper. Very ill-advised. Lewis with another rebound. And now here is Watson. And he drives. And he makes it again. Watson has some kind of slick moves that I did not expect. And timeout has been called by Vancouver, and they are not happy, and they shouldn't be. It is now 25-11 Seattle. And now here's Wheat. He takes it up. They're trying to see if there's anyone else that can get it going, but Vancouver just doesn't seem like a really good team at all, and fouled by Jerome James. That was Njai. And here's Dahir. And he makes the basket. He was able to get around Jerome James. Now here's Rodman. And a steal. Where will this lead to? And here's a jump shot. And they make it. And they bring it to within 10. Now here's Watson. Trying to sneak it into Jerome James. And he's fouled by Njai. And now Jerome James will go to the line. They're being told to make some noise. And here's James with the free throw. He makes it. James can actually make some of his free throws too. And he makes both of them. It is now 27-15. Actually, I have 3 people on the audience. And Vancouver, they're trying to keep themselves in this game. And it looks like someone hit his head. Now here's Rodman. And they lose it. And Vancouver gets the ball. And Sonics are getting a bit careless. That is one of the concerns of Jamie Watson. As lanky as he is, and he has all the moves to be a solid point guard, he does turn the ball over quite a bit. And I wonder what is his turnover rate and how much it ranks in the NBA. Here's Njai. being guarded by Jerome James. There's Henderson. Now here's Tahir for 3. He makes it. And now Vancouver is within 7. And now here's Watson. And stolen by Vancouver. And now here is Henderson. Here's Patterson. Was trying to go for the block, but he doesn't get it. And now Vancouver has brought it to within 5. And here's Rodman. He's trying to make something happen. Not happening. And here's Patterson for 3. And in and out. How did that happen? And now Vancouver can hold for the last shot. And here's Wheat. And he makes it again. He's been very effective off the bench. And now here's Rodman might have a chance. And he gets blocked. No. And he loses the ball. And here's Henderson. He's trying to go for the shot. It's Lopez. And he misses it. Nearly tied the game. They nearly erased a huge lead. And now they're going into the second quarter with the Sonics only up by 3. They had a 12-point lead at one point. And here were the contributors. Rashard Lewis, 8 quick points. Patterson with 7. Rodman, 3 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks. I mean, what more can you ask from Dennis Rodman? Now they're going to put in Shammond Williams, who was the hero of last night. And also, Christian, I honestly, I wouldn't really count on the Bears winning. I just can't see it. Not against the Rams, especially when you barely got out of that game against the Packers at the skin of your teeth. Here's Rose with a shot. And now McCoy gets the rebound. Here's Joe Stevens. And now here's Resper going for a small jumper. And he misses. And Sonics have now been struggling as of the last couple minutes. And here's Wheat. And here's Lopez. And blocked by Stevens. And rebound, Sean Resprit. And now here's Stevens. And they lose the ball. Vancouver gets the ball. Now here's Lopez. And Stevens gets another rebound. And now here's Sean Resprit. Does he have the moves? And Williams for 3. No. And McCoy gets a huge rebound and he makes it. A nice putback heads up by Jelani McCoy. And that will give Vancouver some trouble. And here's Njai. And now here's a jump shot and he makes it. And that was actually a 3-pointer by Wheat. And Wheat has been on fire. Now here is McCoy. Let's try and get McCoy, getting him to post to develop. And now here's McCoy. And he will go to the line as he did draw the foul, though. So I'll give him that. Vancouver at 17-19, while the Sonics are at 12-25. And McCoy makes that free throw. It looks like they're bringing some of their starters back. And McCoy, smooth on the free throws. He was drafted by the Sonics late in the draft. Next question is how can he contribute for the Sonics in the future, especially when you don't expect Dennis Rodman to play much longer. Here's Rhodes with a jumper, and he makes it to put it within 2. Now here's Shammond Williams bringing it up to Resprit. Now here's Williams for 3. And he makes it. And Shammond Williams, a very dangerous player from downtown. Now here's Mike Bibby being guarded by Sean Resprit. Got Rhodes. The screen has been set. Now here's Abdul Rahim. And here's Rhodes with a jumper. And misses. And McCoy gets another rebound. And now here's Stevens. And now Resprit for 3. And he makes it. And now they extend the lead to 8. As Vancouver can't really come up with a response. Not much at all. Now here's Rhodes. And here's Mayberry. Abdul Rahim. And here's Rhodes for 3. He makes it. And he answers right back. That was Roderick Rhodes. Now here's Hamilton. Does he have the moves? And he tries to, and he makes it. Hamilton was also a random free agent signing for the Sonics. He does have that big body presence. I got to give him that. Here's Bibby for 3. And misses. Joe Stevens with another rebound. Now here's Resprit with a jumper. And misses. Abdul Rahim with the rebound. And here's Mike Bibby. Might go all the way. And he will. To cut it to 5. Sonics defense has been a little bit disappointing today. Here's Shammond Williams. He's going to try to create his own shot. Goes for a 2 and misses. Not exactly a good placement shot. Now here's Rhodes for 3 and misses. And Williams gets that rebound. Now here's Hamilton. He loses the ball. And here's Mayberry, a fast break. And Rhodes with the jam. And Sonics are going to have to call a timeout. And now the Sonics are getting all of their starters back. Got Watson back at the point guard, who's been an aggressive player today. Let's see if he can do it again. And loses the ball again. And that's what the turnover habits that he does have. Here's Abdul Rahim. And he makes it to cut it to within 1. Now here's Jamie Watson to Jerome James. And he gets the dunk. Something that Jerome James specializes in. Like, when he's there, it's over. Jerome James trying to make a name for himself as maybe at least a solid center for the Sonics, because they didn't really get much out of it from Jim McIlvaine, and blocked by Jerome James. Jerome James with that intense defense of his. Does play well on defense. Averages 2 blocks a game. Makes me wonder if he's going to get his spot for the rookie game. And here's Abdul Rahim with a jumper. And he makes it. Now here is Jamie Watson. What has he got? Does he have the dribble moves? And now Rashard Lewis for 3. And misses. And we got a loose ball foul on Jerome James. Got Seattle at 41, Vancouver 40. Sonics are projected to get one of the top, at least the top 4 or 5 picks with the way that they've been playing. They've had some exciting talent, but they just cannot finish the games. And Jerome James, oh my goodness, Jerome James got absolutely just shown up by Abdul Rahim. And now here's Vancouver on the defense and out of bounds. Ruben Patterson lost control of the ball. And I know I've been looking forward to the 1999 draft. Teams of players to look forward to is Steve Francis. But when I checked the Sonics drafting position, it's not exactly as favorable as you think. Although they have some draft capital to trade up, which you kind of don't necessarily always want to do. But you do have the luxury to do that. And Abdul Rahim makes the layup. Sonics are in position to get the likes of Ron Artest, and Rashard Lewis makes a jump shot. Steve Francis, who could be the bona fide scorer for the team. But then you want Ron Artest. He's most known to be a defensive specialist with some offensive skills. And Abdul Rahim, nice moves. Now here is Jamie Watson. He's going to try to bring it up. And here's Patterson for 3 and misses. And Smith with the rebounds. Sonics are starting to trail a little bit. And now here is blocked by Rodman. Another block. Oh, great. And they just threw the ball away again. They've been very turnover happy. And blocked by Rashard Lewis. Blocked again. And now here is Ruben Patterson. They have a chance. And here is Rodman. And he misses. They completely just blew it. And blocked again. And Watson just crashes into Mike Bibby. Here's Njai to Bibby. He goes for the jumper and misses, and Patterson gets that rebound. Over to Rashard Lewis. He's going to try to drive, and he makes it. Rashard Lewis is leading the scoring with 12 points. Starting to get a little bit more consistent than he did in his previous games. And here's Abdul Raheem with a jumper, and he misses. Jerome James with the rebound. And what do we got here? Here's Watson. Going to try to use that screen by Jerome James. And now he is going to try to get that in there, and he misses. Now 46-45. Here's Mike Bibby to Dahir. And he goes for the jumper and misses. And he's going to no, there's no time left. But let's look at the halftime stats. Rodman didn't really... He got one more rebound, so he has 3 points. He's 1 for 4 with 3 blocks. Rashard Lewis has 2 blocks. Jerome James with a block. He hasn't really gotten much touches. I mean, he's 1 for 4, though. Jelani McCoy has actually been the more efficient player. And we got Hamilton not really doing anything. Bennett and Teron Lue have yet to play. And now let's get into the half. I think I'll put in Jelani McCoy this time. And then Stevens will play shooting guard to take over for Ruben Patterson. They want to get a little bit more lanky and a little bit more energy. Maybe get some offense. Now here's a jumper. And Stevens gets that rebound. Jerome James trying to get him some more touches. And he tries to, gets his own rebound. And out of bounds, but it will be Sonics basketball. They are changing it up a little bit with McCoy. They decided to have Rodman come off the bench for the second half. You don't want him to make that shot. Take the shot. Watson going for 3. Oh! Jamie Watson makes a 3-pointer. He has 9 points. He is 4 of 4. But what's killing him is the 5 turnovers. Raheem is going for the jumper. And Stevens gets the rebound. And here's Rashard Lewis. Doesn't have much speed. Here's McCoy going for the jumper. And misses. Why was he trying to go for a jumper? I don't even want to know. Here's Mike Bibby. Abdul Raheem and Bibby for 3. And Stevens gets another rebound. And here's Watson going to try to go all the way. And he makes it. Watson can drive to the rim. He really can. He does have the talent. Questions are still looming on what the Sonics are going to do with the draft, because this team could look completely different by next season. Much of the Sonics are on 1-year contracts. McCoy with the rebound. Now here's Rashard Lewis going to try to go all the way, and he makes it. And now they're going to have to call a timeout. It looks like this group is kind of working out pretty well for the Sonics, because they started Watson at the point guard. And near steal, but Grizzlies will get the ball back. And here's Cherokee Parks. And here's Mike Bibby. And he gets that lay-in. And it's going to be a 4-point game. We got Jamie Watson for Jerome James. He's going to try to post up. And he makes it. Maybe they should give him some more touches. Try to see if he can develop an offensive game. That's something that he will have to do after this rookie season, or better yet, just develop it now. Now here's Bibby for 3. And Stevens with another rebound. He's now getting all those rebounds. And here is Jelani McCoy. And he's fouled. He'll go to the line. McCoy is being a little bit more aggressive. Ruben Patterson in rookies has 3 assists a game. Mike Bibby's also going into this as a rookie. And that is going to be a free throw made by McCoy. And he makes another one. And now the Sonics are up by 8. Here's Bibby. And an open basket for Brian Shaw, and he makes it to give them a 6-point lead. And now here is Watson to Jerome James on Cherokee Parks. He's going to try to post, and he's fouled. He's going to try to go to the line. James is at least drawing the fouls. That's what we like to see. See if he can get better at the free throws, too. And he misses it. And whatever happened to Bryant Reeves, he's got to be injured. And Jerome James makes it. Seattle and Vancouver. It's 57-50. Now here's Bibby for 3. And he makes it to bring it to within 4. Now here's Watson. And still stolen by Henderson. And they got a fast break. And now here's Mike Bibby. He makes it to bring it to within 2. Sonics are in a little bit of some trouble. Got Watson, and he's going to try to go all the way. And he misses just barely. He's going to go to the line. And Watson can make free throws too, so don't underestimate him. He makes them both. Watson has definitely made his role with Seattle as their point guard. I think he's trying to prove that the Sonics don't exactly need the likes of Steve Francis. Now here's a jumper. And he gets the rebound. Here's Rhodes. And he makes it anyway. It's going to be a 2-point game. Here is McCoy. And he makes it. McCoy has now 8 points. And a 3-pointer. And at some point, the Sonics are going to have to take a timeout. And stolen. And now here is Wheat. He is going to try to go all the way with the layup. And that's where you got to call a timeout. As the Sonics completely just threw that ball away, embarrassingly. Now here's Hamilton. Now here's Shammond Williams. Goes for a fadeaway. And Rodman gets the rebound. And doesn't get the putback. That is now his 8th rebound of the game. And here's the lay-in. And he's going to make it 64-61. Now here's Hamilton. And he makes it. 64-63. And makes the layup. Here's Resprit for 3. And misses. And he has been struggling as of late. Here's Cherokee Parks. Gives it to Wheat. Now here's Abdul Rahim. Henderson now has the ball. He takes the jumper and misses. And Rodman with his 9th rebound of the game. And now here's Resprit for 3. He makes it. He will tie the game. He is now 2 for 5 from downtown. And now here is Shammond Williams guarding. And Lopez with a jumper. And Rodman gets the rebound. And let's see if that makes it rebound number 10. Nope, it's still stuck at 9 because of the loose ball foul. No wonder they call it the loose ball foul because they're preventing rebounds. That's what it does. Now here's Respert with a jumper. Rodman did not really box out much on that, or the ball just didn't go in the right direction. It's now 66-66. And here's Wheat, and he gets open and misses. And Hamilton with the rebound. Now here's Shammond Williams. And there's Rodman. He commanded the ball the wrong direction. And now here's Henderson. Misses the dunk. But Lopez gets it in. Now there's Shammond Williams to Dennis Rodman. Resprit for 3 and misses. Rodman with 9 rebounds. Having more of a Dennis Rodman type game. Here's Abdul Rahim. They want to get Dennis Rodman some more, at least one more rebound until this quarter is over. And the clock goes down and now stolen by Seattle. And where is this going to go? Here's Hamilton. He's going to try to drive it. Nope, and he's going to go to the line. And Hamilton misses the free throw. And he makes it 67-68. Here's Lopez. Here's Abdul Rahim. And he misses it. And now here's Ruben Patterson. Could he try to go in all the way? And now here's Hamilton. And he swishes it in. Here's Mike Bibby. He is bringing it up to Lopez. And Bibby for 3. He makes it. And gives the Grizzlies a 2-point lead. Here's Respray. He's trying to answer for 3. No. And Abdul Rahim gets the rebound. And now here's a fast break opportunity and blocked by Patterson. He likes to do that very often. Now here's Mike Bibby. Makes the basket. And that was goaltending by Rodman. There's been a lot of missed assignments on the Sonics. And let's see if Williams can get it to within 1 like he did the other day. And now here's the 3-pointer. And misses. And it wasn't bringing it within 1. He just happened to make a 3-pointer that brought it from 15 to 12. And now we're going into the 4th quarter. Who is going to finish this? Lewis was 6 of 8, 2 of 4 shooting. Get him some more touches. Jamie Watson has 7 turnovers. That's been brutal. What are they going to do? I think they're going to start it out with Watson. They're going to have Watson will start at point guard. They'll put Ruben Patterson starting at the small 4 at the shooting guard. We'll have Lewis. Rodman will get some rest. They'll put in McCoy and Jerome James. Here's Shammond Williams. He goes for the 3, and he makes it to bring it to within 1. Williams is 2 for 5 from downtown. He's having more of a streaky game. And here's Delhere for 3. And Smith with the loose ball foul. Now they're going to bring in some of the players in. Got Ruben Patterson. Now here's Rashard Lewis for 3. He makes it and brings the Sonics to the lead to give them the 2-point lead. Watson's trying to guard. Now here's Tahir. And he makes it. Here's Watson. He's going to try to go in. And he's going to be fouled, but has a chance to give the Sonics the lead again. And he does. Jamie Watson now has 14 points. He's really been developing very well. But it is still a lot of massive questions for the Sonics of what they're going to do with this team. Rashard Lewis with the block. Now here's Jerome James. What is he going to do? And he's going to try. Oh, Jerome James makes it. He now has 10 points. He's been having a pretty decent offensive game. And timeout has been called by Vancouver. And out of bounds. And it's going to be Grizzlies ball. And Jamie Watson, how many turnovers does he have? 8 turnovers. He is flirting with a triple-double on points, turnovers, and assists. That is not a good look. And here's Mike Bibby. He is taking it up. And he is fouled by Watson. And he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Makes the first one. He'll try it again. And he does. Here's Lewis for 3. And they got to give him some more touches, don't they? They're going to try Rodman at power forward, McCoy at the center. Bring back Resprit. Put in Shammond Williams. And go from there. It's now 81-81. Here's Ruben Patterson. And he misses it. Here with the ball. Gives it to Mike Bibby. Being guarded by Watson. Gets suffered by the pick. Now here's Bibby for 3. And he makes it. Mike Bibby with a nice 3-pointer to give them a 3-point lead. Here's Jerome James. What are they going to do with him? And he somehow makes it in there to make it 84-83. Jerome James has been 3 of 4 with 7 points. And here's Bibby. And blocked by Jerome James. What a block by him. Now here is Watson to Patterson with a dunk. Gives the Sonics a 1-point lead. It was a nice sequence by Jerome James with the block, which got it to Watson. And that's rebound McCoy. And now they just threw the ball away. And that's going to suffer a fast break. And he gets it in there. How did that even happen? And here's Watson. Jerome James are going to try to post up. And he misses. He thought he had it. And out of bounds, it's going to be Grizzlies ball. It was a valiant defensive effort by Rashard Lewis. Now they're going to put McCoy at center to see what he can do. I think they want to try to get him some more touches. And great defense by Seattle again. Now here is Sean Respert to Shammond Williams. And here's Rodman going for the jumper. And McCoy nearly got the rebound, but he doesn't get it. He at least tipped it. Oh, boy. Resprit for 3. And Williams gets his own rebound. Resprit will try it again. And he ties the game. Sean Resprit with 9 points. He's now 3 of 7 from downtown. Here's the here. And misses. McCoy with the rebound. Jelani McCoy has 8 points and 7 rebounds. Resprit for 3. And McCoy, or Lewis tried to get the rebound. They're going to try to get Jerome James back. Stevens. And blocked by Rodman. What a block. And how many blocks does he have? Dennis Rodman has 4 blocks in this game. That was a very bizarre block by Dennis Rodman. It is now 88-88. Mike Bibby's going to take it up. And time is running down. Here's Shaw for 3. And he misses. And Williams gets the rebound. And trying to get it to Rashard Lewis for 3. And misses. And Robin with the rebound is going to try to take it in all the way. And a nice spin move by Dennis Rodman to get it in there. And that will give the Sonics the lead. That is his 10th rebound of the game. A nice putback off the miss by Rashard Lewis. And blocked by Rodman again. And here's Bibby for 3. Oh, no, all for nothing. He made it anyway. Mike Bibby with 29 points. He's been carrying this Vancouver Grizzlies team. And here's Jerome James. No! And they threw the ball away. And here's Cherokee Parks. He's being chased, and he gets the dunk. And now it's a 3-point lead for Vancouver. And now they are in some trouble. Lewis going to try to get it to Stevens. Nice unselfish teamwork. And he makes the 3-pointer to tie the game. And Vancouver calls for time. They're going to keep Williams in there. Watson has too many turnovers. He almost has 10. Watson has 8 turnovers, so they're not going to take that chance, even though he's been perfect from the field. He's 5 for 5, including a 3-pointer. Now here's Shaw. Now here's Bibby going for the jumper, and he makes it. That was a smooth shot by Mike Bibby. Now here is Williams, and out of bounds. Oh, boy. Rashard Lewis lost that ball. It was a bad pass by Williams. Now it's 95, still 95-93. They're still always keeping it close. And here's Mike Bibby. And here's Smith. He makes the basket. And now that gives them a 4-point advantage. I think the Sonics should try to slow this down. They don't necessarily have to rush for anything. Let's try to see if we can get a screen. Rodman sets that screen. Now here's Jerome James. He's open, and he gets it in there. James has now 14 points. He has 10 points in the paint. I think the other 4 were just from free throws, but he's been contributing well. And now here is Brian Shaw. And now, oh no, defense. Where was that defense? But again, the Sonics don't necessarily have to score immediately. Now here's Rashard Lewis for 3. Oh! And he will bring it to within 1. Lewis with 23 points. They don't have to foul necessarily, but they're going to set the pressure and the double team. And now here is, they're still winding it down. And now here's Abdul Rahim, and he's dangerously close, and he makes it. And now it's 101-98. What do the Sonics have here? We got Shamon Williams, their most clutch player, over to Stevens. Needs some screens. And he gets that screen. Going to get it to Williams for 3 to tie the game. Oh my goodness. He just tied the game. And he just continues to show his clutch abilities. And now the game is tied with only precious seconds left. It is now 101-101. Now here's Mike Bibby. What has he got? Now here's Abdul Rahim with a jumper, and he misses. And Sonics call for time. And what are they going to do here? I think they're going to try to get the ball to Williams. That's the obvious choice. First, they get it to James. They're going to try to use him as a decoy. And now here's Williams going for the jumper. Oh, my goodness. He just made the shot. And now they have just taken the lead. And now here is Bibby. Oh, it just rimmed out. And the Sonics just escape with another victory once again. 103 to 101. Like, how does this keep happening? Oh my goodness. I think I may consider benching this guy's butt. Well, but Rashard Lewis gets that player of the game. Can't believe Shammond Williams had another game winner. Again? It's a game winner again? It was just too easy. I just can't believe that. Well, here's the stat line. Rashard Lewis with 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks. He was 9 for 12. All of his misses were just 3-pointers. Jerome James had 14 points, 2 blocks. Watson had 14 points, 8 assists. Shammond Williams, 4 of 8, 3 of 6. They better put him in the 3-point shooting contest. Sean Resprit went 3 for 11. Ruben Patterson, Jelani McCoy. Dennis Rodman was 2 for 7, but he had 5 blocks, 10 rebounds, and 5 points. That's just stupid. Joe Stevens did almost everything but scoring, but he was also very efficient. And 2 players just did not play. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe I just won that game again. Now the Sonics have now won 2 in a row. Like, this is just weird. It's not supposed to happen. They're not supposed to be doing this. Ruben Patterson, he had 9 points. I mean, these wins are going to keep adding up. The other guys just didn't play. And that was Brian Shaw. Mike Bibby was very clutch. That's Vancouver. And then Mayberry and Njai, they really did not contribute anything at all. All right. Can't believe Shammond Williams made that kind of a shot. Oh, we got an injury. It's going to be day-to-day. Thomas Hamilton will be able to play through the injury. I am not going to let that happen. I want to let others play. Yeah, Hamilton is injured. That will bring in Greg Foster. But I think I'm going to do something different. Rather than Foster play, I'm going to give Bennett some more playing time. And Foster, yeah, he's just going to have to sit his butt on the bench. Even considered trading him. So, yeah, Hamilton's going to miss some time. Let's see what goes next. It's going to be against Houston. Now, the Sonics have been 6-4 in their last 10 games. That's ridiculous. They're actually 4-3 in this month. Literally, that is not what's supposed to happen. Let's look at the power rankings. Sonics are still number 2 in the lottery odds. But I don't know. I don't like it. Let's see how Shammond Williams is doing. Did he get any happier? Like, is he happy he's getting all this playing time? Let's see. Rashard Lewis. Playing time and role. Rashard is great. He loves it. He's now scoring 12 points a game. Sean Respert at 10 points. Jerome James at 10 with 2 blocks. Joe Stevens is scoring 9 points a game. Ruben Patterson, 8.7. Watson is at 8.5 with nearly 7 assists and a full block a game. His 3-pointers is, wow. Rashard Lewis is starting to get down there in 3. Stevens is actually really good on 3-pointers. Shammond Williams is at an unbelievable 46%. 8 points. I'm not. Why? Why are you being such a brat? I'm literally giving you minutes. Like, did the numbers not prove it at all? Like, here's the numbers. He's getting consistent bench play, but he thinks he should be a starter. That's what he wants, doesn't he? He doesn't want to be part of this team. I mean, look at this. He's been scoring. Like, is this not enough? This guy's an entitled brat. Like, he's been scoring consistently. And one of the more efficient players on the Sonics, but they say that they want to trade him because he's just mad that he lost his starting role. Yeah. Well, you know what? This is for you, Shammond Williams, because you make me very upset.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious. I know.
What a baby. He wants all this playing time, which I've already given him, and now he says he wants to be traded, which makes me very upset because I wanted him to be part of this future. Let's see what the market is for Shammond Williams. And I'll even package Greg Foster if I have to. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, I'm going to give up a 2000 first-round pick. Yeah, let's do that. For Harvey Grant, who is 33, and Eric Snow. Yeah, no thanks. I don't like that. Like, you're not even giving me packages that I want. Like, I'm sorry, Shammond Williams. I'm not going to trade you. It's just not going to happen. No, I don't want Derek Harper. No. If anything, I'll just let you go in free agency. Yeah, and let's see what Shammond Williams can get alone. Let's see what he's got. I can get Overton and a second-round pick. Well, he's on a 2-year contract, so too bad for him. Yeah, nothing really impresses me. Yeah, I'm going to do that, right? Uh-huh. DJ Armstrong, no. Like, none of these players attract me. Like, it's not going to happen, Shammond Williams. I'm not going to trade you. Matt Maloney. No. Antonio Daniels, but he's on a long-term contract. I don't want to give up a middle pick for the Spurs. No, thank you. Like, you guys, you realize that there's just no market for you, for me, that will attract me. But I will put it on the screenshot that He's just mad that he lost his starting job. And he's still very adamant. And I don't refuse. Being put as a sixth man is more than good enough. This guy's a baby. Are you going to make me write 2 articles because you're a brat? That's just great. Wonder if there's any scouting going on. Nope, I got nobody available. But do I have anyone that I can hire too? Can I hire one more scout? No. I don't really have the budget either. Still have Dwayne Casey hanging around. Judd Barber, who is he? Wonder who's in the free agent market for upcoming free agents. They got all these free agents, but I don't think I'm going to get really any of them. And these contract extensions they're ineligible. It says it's ineligible. These are all upcoming free agents. Rodman's on a $1.52 million contract. He's been playing pretty well for the Sonics. He does all the little things. He's been getting more blocks too. And yeah, sure, he's not doing as much. I mean, he's been scoring a little bit more. He's been scoring more. But you get the rebounds. Still gets rebounds. Gets assists. And he's been blocking a lot more. Huh. Rodman used to get 18 rebounds a game. That's insanity. All right, who's free agents for centers? Who's on the market? Chanel Scott. Aaron Williams, who I got rid of already. Rick Mahorn. Alton Lister. That would be ironic to bring him back. Herb Williams is 40. Jonathan Kerner. Mikey Moore. Maybe I'll bring him back. Or not bring him back. Maybe I'll sign him. Benoit Benjamin. Benyot Benjamin. Who knows? Anyways, I'm going to take off. I want to say thank you for being part of the show. And now I'm taking off because I got to get some sleep. I got to write some articles too. So all I can say is join that Patreon page for just $5 a month. All right.